Alright, I've connected up and look at that brightness. To the eye it is really bright. Welcome back to this small work table. First of all, here are several different builds of the energy harvesting circuit that I've been showing with various tweaks and changes. And today I want to show some very cool modifications that may well improve this even further, sent to me by a very kind subscriber. Here's the original circuit, which you may have seen in use a number of times over the past couple of months. It's somewhat a regular blocking oscillator, although it's a very efficient one. For a quick demonstration, here's one with a piece of ferrite. It's about 1 inch long. It's got 200 turns on one side, centre tap, 200 turns on the other. Now if I pick it up, just pick it up, there we are, it begins flashing. Should be able to see that. And all it's got for connections is, well, me, and on the ground connection is actually connected to this audio amplifier. But there we are, it runs very nicely indeed like that. Now for this new circuit, which I'm showing on the screen now, the main aim is to improve outdoors running, and it was sent to me by EMC4U2, and as you can see it's got several changes. There are 2 separate ground points, another pair of 1N4148 diodes, and a couple more changes, and I thought it was well worth trying. And here is that circuit. What I've done is I've taken one of my better performing original circuits, altered that and put this on the right hand side. I've also made a 1 LED version and a 3 LED version. We'll try them outside because that's where things need to be improved for the running of outdoor stuff. And what I'll do first though is I'll test it on the same connections as this one. Now here it is connected up in a similar way as the other circuit. I've had to use the 2 grounds of course, or at least grounding to 2 different places, and I'm not getting a great deal of anything, so perhaps it suits being outdoors more in any case because it would be able to go into the ground in 2 different places. But yeah, unfortunately nothing indoors. Let's take it outside. Here we are outside. I've got one green clip lead going to that screw there, galvanized steel, and the other one is going to that one there. We've got the red going up to that connection there onto this galvanized steel, and as you can see those are on really very nice. Something which surprised me mind you was, here's the usual grounding point on the left. If I disconnect, boom, they're still on. They're still on nice and brightly with no issues at all. So that was quite the surprise. They just need to have the one grounding connection. So that's with all 3 going. Back indoors, I really was quite impressed just then with that, but I will swap over to the single LED and we'll see how that goes on. There we go, swapped over to a single LED. There's the back, there's the connection. So let's go and try this one. Alright, I've connected up and look at that brightness. To the eye it is really bright. You can probably see how bright that is on the one single LED. It's a very impressive thing, this circuit. A very different way of arranging the components too. Also, check out this. It's running perfectly fine, but I've got the red now connected there to what should be the second ground of this right hand section, and I've got what should be the ground here connected to the ground, but there's nothing on that other one there that should be the input for the red. And check this out, now I've got the green going to the ground onto that second ground, but the first ground is actually here to the sheet. The other connection's not used, and that's usually the harvesting section there going into the circuit. So work that one out, and there it is, blazingly bright. But of course it does still work if I do connect up to the original harvesting diodes there. Man, this is an amazing circuit now, and nice and bright. Finally, as you can see, the light is on, and the connections now are the grounding point for ground number 2 goes to the audio amplifier there, and the ground 1 goes to 10 foot of wire that goes out of the window behind me. And as you can see, the circuit does run like that indoors. And in fact it does get better. All I've got connected now is the ground 2 to that audio amplifier, and if I pick the circuit up, there we go, the circuit is on. It's not flashing, anything like that, it's on solidly. So, there we go. It actually got even better. So yes, thanks again EMC for U2. It's a very interesting and cool set of changes. If you like this sort of thing, then please do consider subscribing and watching to the end of my videos. I need 4,000 watch hours to get monetized. See you in the next one.